Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Join me as we take a look at the Tracqia. So this design was originally going to be part of the Creator Challenge for November 2018. However, due to whatever reason, it got missed. And so I apologize for that, and that's why we're covering it today in its own video. This is the Tracqia, and it is an unlock level 12 size class 4 capital vessel coming to us from creator Marcel Prayas. The theme for the challenge and the core theme of the vessel is to build basically a space station, and this capital vessel is designed to function as a portable repair base. While it is capable of landing on a planet or moon, it is better suited for use in space. This vessel features a very straightforward design, which honestly reminds me of one of the POI carriers from in the game. You have an open underside landing bay where you can bring in your small vessels to dock and get repaired. It's very similar to the way one of the drone carriers has the underside area for spawning in drones. In the middle of the hangar bay, you have a removable plate that you can take out to put your repair bay module in. On each side of this area, both towards the front and rear of the vessel, you do have spots where you can put in additional items or use it for placing in one of your control panels for the repair bay module. Going up either side with the stairs leads you up to an elevator shaft that on both sides will bring you up into the only interior area of the ship. Towards the rear of the vessel in this room, you will find 2 advanced constructors and a large number of cargo boxes. You will also find at the back of this room your core, your warp drive fuel tank, and the only ventilator. The 2 doors at the end of the ship do both lead into the same room, which is an engineering room with your warp drive, your generators, your offline protection, and fuel storage. Heading towards the front of the ship, we now pass by 4 advanced constructors, and along the port side wall are ammo boxes. We also have a clone chamber and 6 medic stations, along with 6 oxygen stations right here in the middle. Along port and starboard walls next to the gravity generator, we have our harvest cargo boxes. And then at the very front, we have our passenger seats, our pilot seat, 6 armor lockers on each side, as well as 3 fridges on each side and a food processor. On top of the ship, we do have our turrets already in place. However, there is a space for both a drill and multi-turret. You will also find 5 sections of grates on top of the vessel that can be removed to accommodate more turrets. Once again, this is the Tracqia, and it is an unlock level 12 size class 4 capital vessel. It carries 28 fuel tanks for a total capacity of 75,600, and as the design is meant to be a space-bound repair base, you're going to have the thrusters turned off most of the time, which gives you around 85 hours of use. Because of the large number of thrusters, of course, flying around, especially in atmosphere, will quickly diminish this power level. It comes with 16 oxygen tanks for over 30,000 capacity, but only needs 1,882 to fill up the single main room. As I showed, there is the 1 ventilator covering the main room, as well as the small engineering room. And again, you have 6 oxygen stations, 6 medic stations, and 1 clone chamber. For weaponry, it comes with 5 minigun turrets, 4 cannon turrets, 4 rocket turrets, and 4 sentry guns. It has a total of 34 cargo boxes and 5 ammo boxes, along with 6 fridges, 2 food processors, and 6 advanced constructors. Building cost wise, this obviously will take a lot of sathium and iron because it has a lot of combat steel blocks, and it also needs a large amount of neodymium and cobalt. By contrast, it only needs 420 zascosium and erestrum compared to the other elements I mentioned already. It is only unlock level 12, but because of the massive amount of neodymium and cobalt, this definitely will be something you have to wait a bit before you can build it. Once again, the main theme of the challenge this was submitted for was to create a space station, and this is just a twist on that theme where instead of a base, we have a capital vessel that serves as a base. This of course offers some advantages and disadvantages. One advantage being that you can move your space station around as needed, and this is warp capable so you can move it between planets. But also an obvious disadvantage is the inability to dock capital vessels to it. While it can land on a planet or moon, it's going to burn so much power up just doing that it's much more suited to keep it in space, which means it's not exactly going to be good for repairing hover vessels. In terms of single player, if you just want a base from which you can launch your small vessels and work strictly from small vessels, then this will work for you. However, the design is meant more for PvP, PvE on multiplayer. Now, for a theme of this being a stopping point for people to come in and repair their small vessels, then I can understand having the multiple medic stations and oxygen stations. However, from a usability standpoint and a resource cost standpoint, you only really need one, maybe two of each of these, because really, how long does it take for someone to come in and fill up their oxygen or top off their health? Once again, this is the Tracqia by Marcel Prayas, and if you would like to try it out in your own game, I will have a link in the description below. If you do try it out and like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up and a nice comment for Marcel on the workshop page. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.